Hey guys, welcome back to my educational series where I'm teaching you all about horses and ponies, and today I've got my incredible physio Alice, who has been treating my ponies for years now, and you're just a superwoman, aren't you, Alice?
Well, I don't think I'm a superwoman, but I try and do good physio.
You're an excellent physio.
Thank you.
And she makes my ponies feel at their best. She makes them feel 10 out of 10. And today we're going to be doing a bit of in-hand, aren't we?
We are, yes. In-hand work is super important for any horse and pony to do within their work schedule, and it's especially useful for Harlow at the moment. So we can keep them strong, we can keep them flexible, and we can keep them happy through their bodies.
We're going to be doing loads of exercises, and you're going to be teaching me and you guys loads of exercises and just different things that you can do with your ponies on the ground, because you can build up muscle and confidence in your pony without riding, can't you?
Absolutely, yep.
Oh. Blue agrees.
So Harlow, what I've done today is build you a little obstacle course that works on different parts of the horse's body.
Okay.
We're going to be asking him quite a lot of questions, which might get him a little bit anxious, but we're going to build his confidence by lots of rewards, as well as getting him stronger through the back and through the thoracic sling. Harlow, this is the first exercise that we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
This works a lot on the flexibility through the body, as well as his balance and coordination. So I like to call this snake poles.
Yes, so you just go like this, don't you?
Yeah, we're just going to wiggle him over. Now, there are two different types we can do. We can do a really wide one, which is probably what I'm going to start on with him. Yeah. And that gets more of the lower back moving. Yeah. There's also a narrow version that maybe after we've done a few of the other exercises, we can come back and do the narrow one. Yeah. Would you like me to show you first?
Yes, please.
Okay. Good boy. Are we going to be clever? Come on then. Let's go. Right. Oh, good boy. Oh, clever pony. Lots of praise for him. Good boy. And you can see he's just a little bit worried about the whole thing.
Yep.
Good boy. He's probably never done this. Good boy. Good boy. You're fine. And when he gets a little bit anxious there, we just let him take his time. Yeah. And then lots of praise. Good boy. So that is a nice simple exercise. Yes. It's building his confidence, getting him wiggling through his body. Yeah. And you can see, actually, we want him eventually to walk over this like it's not even there.
Yeah. Okay. Unbothered.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to go?
Yes, please.
So you're going to walk with him for this one. Good boy.
Right, come on. Good boy.
And loads of praise. Stay by his shoulder so he feels nice and confident that you're there for him.
Good boy.
Yeah, good boy. And we want to keep him travelling if you can. Now turn him right. Beautiful. And you can see the lovely bend through. Good boy. Oh, I know it's tricky. Good boy. That's it. Keep by his shoulder. Don't get ahead of him too much. That's it. Well done. Brilliant. Keep him moving forward. Stay by his shoulder. Good boy. He wants you to be in front, doesn't he? Yeah. Yeah. Good boy. Good and a big pat. Yeah, you could see how he kind of really backed off. Yeah. And he's like, oh, I'm not sure. Yeah. But we want him taking you over that. It's a really simple exercise, but actually this is going to really build his confidence. Yeah. As well as the flexibility through his body. Good boy. Harlow, one more time for me, and keep him travelling forwards as he moves over the pole. You try and stick yourself by his shoulder so he's got to take you forwards. Yeah. He doesn't want you to be there, but that's where he has to get used to you being. That's it. Well done. Good, and ask him to go over. And then bendy, good boy. Good boy. That's it. Not too rushed either. Just a nice steady rhythm. Good boy. You stay by his shoulder. Good. Good. Good boy. Lovely. That was really nice.
I'm going to see if I can get one more in.
See if you can get one more. Good boy. Happy with that? Boy. So that's all about the flexibility, but also the confidence for him.
Definitely. So how many times would you recommend doing that exercise, and how often?
Okay, to start with, you want to start off little and often. So I would repeat that maybe up to 6 times. But if your horse is starting to get a bit tired, you'd want to stop beforehand. If they start tapping the pole or not really wanting to go forward, stop before. And maybe to start with for him, 3 to 4 times a week is enough.
Okay.
I mean, if you can work up to building it every day, doing it every day, even better.
Amazing, okay. Good boy. Add that to the routine.
So we're going to use the jump wings as little stations to practice his Rainback.
Yep.
So we're going to pick up some treats on our way through because it can be quite tricky for ponies to do Rainback, and having treats on hand is always helpful.
Yep.
Right, let's go down to our first one. So Rainback is really good for getting horses to lift up through their back, build the core stability, lift up through the thoracic sling, as well as good mobility for the pelvis.
Yeah.
A lot of horses find it very difficult to do because it does involve a lot of coordination, hence the treats.
Yeah.
It really entices them to do it properly. Now there's a few points that I want to make about how not to do it.
Okay.
So the first point is never to pull the head collar.
Okay.
This is because if you put pressure up on the pole, it closes down the back end. So it actually makes Rainback much harder.
Okay.
The automatic instinct for everyone is to pull the head collar to pull them back.
Yeah.
Hence the treats is a little more enticing, and you can do it without pulling on the head collar. Because it is quite tricky when you first start out.
Yeah.
Would you like me to have a go first of all?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I am going to have the rope in one hand and the treat in the other. And all I'm going to do is ask his head to come down, and I'm going to walk into his space and say back. And I can put a bit of pressure on his chest. Good boy. Back, 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 back. Good boy. Is it quite tricky? And he gets to about there and he stopped, which is plenty for him.
Yes.
So you can see no pressure on the head collar. You can put your hand into his chest, and the treat just asks his head to come down and back.
Okay.
So yeah, this is really good for manners in the stable. You can ask them to move back. So just swap your rope over, pop your rope in that hand, and then you're going to walk into his chest, and you're going to say back. So walk into his chest and say back. So one hand here. It's quite hard, isn't it? Coordination. Now you walk into his chest, walk into his chest. Finds it. Good boy.
Come on. Back.
Come on. That's it. Get him.
Boy.
Get him smelling the treats. Back. And now ask him to go back. Walk into his chest. Walk into his chest.
Good boy.
Good boy. He does find it really hard.
He does, bless him. You make it look very easy.
And the temptation is to pull the head collar, isn't it?
Yes.
Like that's an immediate temptation of everyone. But you've just got to fight that urge, because then it gets him to do it. Yeah, well done.
Good boy.
Lovely, good boy. And actually that is plenty. Those 3 steps back, he does really well.
Yes.
We wouldn't want him to go any further and kind of undo that really good work he's just done.
Yes.
So that is plenty. So this is a really good exercise for doing kind of whenever throughout the day. So if you tack up your pony, do this a few times before you get on. It really gets those muscles firing up.
Yes.
Also tells you how your pony is feeling that day.
Yes.
When you get off, or even if you're not riding, you can do it in the stable or outside your stable, in the field, literally anywhere. So this is an exercise I'd love everyone to do every day.
Yes.
Okay, so we are now going to do a little maze.
Okay.
This is really good for coordination, limb awareness, which has a big word called proprioception, so where their limbs are in space, and is really good for strength and coordination, because we're going to be walking them slowly, turning him, getting him to step underneath, and then turning him again.
Yeah.
Oh, is that relaxing? So yeah, this is a great exercise. You can do this ridden as well.
Okay.
So you can do this in hand and you can do it ridden.
I think I've done this on Cloudy before.
Have you?
Yeah.
Very sleepy. So yeah, it's a really good exercise for... Oh, we're very tired. Okay. I'm going to take him through first and just see how he finds it all. Now the key is here to go really nice and slow around the corners. We're just going to ask him to step underneath himself.
Yeah. He's very relaxed.
Ready? Are we going to go? Come on then, sweetheart. So, good boy. We're just going to walk again next to his shoulder, because he's got to have the confidence to walk through this. And then we're going to stop him here. We're going to turn him quite tightly. So he steps underneath. Can you see there? He steps underneath.
Yep.
Ooh, hey. No, no, no. Oh.
He's exited.
Someone doesn't like doing that. Good boy. And we're going to walk here. We're going to try that again before we give you to Harley. There we go.
Do you want me to move the pole back in? There we go.
Good lad. Come on, you're okay. Should we do that again?
Yeah.
But you can see how the space gets a little bit narrower there, and he gets a little bit worried about it.
Yeah.
So this is all just about repetition and confidence for him. Good boy. Come on, you can do it. Good boy. Ooh, you're thinking about it. No, don't run away. Good boy. And we're going to turn him here nice and tight so he really has to step under and ask him to whoa. Good boy. Hello, clever. Are you clever? Hey, we're going to do this one. I have got little sweetie in my hand just to keep his attention.
So he doesn't exit the exercise again.
Good boy. No, we're going to come round. Good boy. And there you can see he's stepping under with the other hind leg.
Yep.
Good boy. And just park yourself there. Do loads of transitions in here and walk on. So you can use it in a variety of ways. You can ask him to keep walking through, so he's having to be quite confident, or you can ask him to slow down and stop after each turn, so you can have a good play. Would you like to have a go?
Yes, please.
Right, there we go.
Good boy.
Come on, sweetheart.
He just wants his treats now.
He does just want treats now. We just gave him a little treat just to reassure him that actually life is okay. And he's done really well. Good boy. And walking that slowly actually is quite hard for them. Right, so now really turn him, good. That's it, whoa. Good boy. And just make sure you stay by his shoulder if you can. Walk on. And turn, turn, turn. Now he is a bit weaker on that left hind, which we found during the physio session, so he does find turning that way slightly harder.
Yes.
Good boy.
Good
Clever
boy.
pony. That's it, well done. I know it's quite narrow.
Good boy.
Well done. That's it, good. And turn him right, so he's got to come away. Yeah, lovely. Whoa. Good boy.
And walk on. Walk on.
Good, turn him, turn him, turn him. Good.
Good boy.
And then ask him to walk on. So when you're asking him to walk on, he's really activating a lot of those muscles in that core stability, which is really good for him to build up that strength. This is walk poles. Now, I always recommend walk poles for weaker horses and ponies because they have to work much harder than with trotting poles. So you can use, if you don't have poles, you can use logs, twigs, anything you can find that's safe for a horse to walk over. And you set them up just 2 feet apart. So really quite close together. Horses will find this hard. So just start off really slowly with loads of positive reinforcement when you're doing it. Are we going to give it a go? Come on then.
Good boy.
Here. No, this way. Come on. No, don't.
He says, oh, there's grass on them.
Grass. Good boy. Yeah, you're so clever.
Good boy. I think he thinks the grass on them is real.
Yeah, I think so. I think he really does. So these are really good for getting a horse much stronger through the back and the body, as well as giving their backs an opportunity to lift and open without a rider on. You can do this under saddle too, but it's best to start it from the ground just in case they decide to disappear. Should we give it a go? Hey? And this is good.
I just want the treats.
This is good for any horse and pony because it works through the whole body. Are you ready? Yeah? Come on then. Come on, sausage. Come on. Let's go.
He's so white, it's hard to look at him in the sun.
Come on. Good boy. Oh, clever pony.
Good boy.
Oh. Okay, so Harlow, you need to be doing this every day if you can.
Yep.
It's going to really help his core and his body awareness and help with everything flexibility wise as well through his body. So yeah, every day if you can, maybe leave it set up or pop some logs on your way to your field so that you've got to walk them over it every day.
Yep.
So we're on to Popcorn now, who is going to be doing a little bit more advanced work as he is a little bit stronger. Okay, so these are some little pole raisers that we're going to use to make the walk poles a little bit harder for Popcorn as he's a bit more advanced. Now, if you don't have any pole raisers, you can get inventive and use any pots or things you've got lying around. Alternatively, you can get some little logs from the woods, which will come up a little bit higher.
I've actually seen people use potties as well.
Yep, potties are a good one, as long as they're high enough.
Yes.
Oh.
Right, you ready, Popcorn?
You going for it?
I think I'm doing more work than Popcorn at the minute. Woo!
Okay, this time you're gonna walk next to his shoulder and not in front of him.
Okay.
So this is a really good exercise to get his hocks really mobile, get all of that joint fluid moving. So this is great for the slightly older horse. Good boy.
Oh.
So there are lots of exercises you can do with your horse on the ground without any bits of equipment. Now, a lot of these exercises build strength in your horse and are often not done because a lot of people don't know how to do them. You're nice and flexy. Okay, so when you're doing this, make sure your horse is either held by a parent or tied up, but you must have an adult with you while you're doing this because the horses can move around and we don't want any injuries. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is what we call the wither rock. Now we're going to pop our hands nice and flat. Okay, so we're doing a wither rock where we're just bringing him over towards us, which is getting all the muscles under here to fire up, which gets them nice and strong. And then we let him return back. Good boy. Oh, you're so clever. Now you shouldn't be able to move your ponies. As you can see, there's a little bit of a wiggle there for Popcorn. So he probably needs to do a little bit more work on this. Good boy. This is a bit like doing their Pilates for them. Good boy. Okay, so we're just going to repeat on the other side. As you can see, all the muscles there, kicking in. Good boy. And just hold it for a few seconds and let go. And then again. And then let go. Good boy. Now you're standing nice and still. And we're working up towards them, not moving when we do it. Okay, so this next exercise is working on their strength here, which is brilliant for getting them a bigger, stronger canter and helping them on their turns when they're jumping or doing mounted games. Now, this is not one to do without your parents, and we suggest parents do this first or someone really experienced on your yard. As you can see, I'm kind of in a zone that we want to avoid with horses, and I'm actually going to be pulling him towards me. So get your parents onto this one first of all before you give it a go, and make sure ponies are safe. So we're going to pop one hand over the dock and the other hand over the top of the lumbar, and I'm just going to bring him over. Oh, good boy. Yes, you're a bit wobbly. Good boy. And then we let go. Good boy. And as you can see, Popcorn moves quite a bit there. Good boy. And all these muscles, if you look down, will start working really hard and you'll see them moving. And then let go. Good boy. So we are now going to go through a few little stretches you can do with your ponies. Obviously you can see Popcorn absolutely loves sweeties. So you've got to watch your fingers. Make sure they don't get bitey when you're doing this. If you need your help from your mum and dad, or use a lick if they are a little bit bitey. So, no, thank you. So stretching is really good for the horse's body, especially if you're working on their strength as well. So there are a few little tips and tricks that I'm going to show you to really effectively stretch your horse, so it really works your horse's body. So I'm just going to stand this side of him. I never stand this side and bring him round me. I always stand facing them because you can see what's going on and you can start to learn a bit about how your pony moves through their body. Hey, are you going to come this way? And I'm just going to ask him, you're a good boy, to come out and round, and as you can see there, he's stretching his back. And I'm holding it. However, how brave am I going to be, huh? How brave am I going to be? Good boy. Now, when I pushed him a little bit too far then, he popped his bottom. So that end little bit there, he pops up there. Now that means I've taken him a little bit too far with his stretch. Good boy. And you can see there, we just went a bit too far. So if you notice your pony's bottom pop up like that, you just need to not stretch them quite as far. So we're just going to bring him round before that happens, and we're going to just hold him there, which is where a lick is really good because you don't have to risk any nibbles of your hands or fingers. But I've done this quite a lot in my life, so I'm quite good at avoiding nibbly ponies. There's a good boy. And we want to hold this stretch for about 15, 20 or even 30 seconds. So kind of however long your pony can hold it for. So you can do that both sides, and like I say, every day, and it's even better when they're warm. So preferably after they've worked or sat under some solarium lights. Okay, so the next part we're going to do is stretching out the pole. Now this is often a stretch that they have to work up to, but we're doing tricks. Hey, so I'm just going to test and see. Good boy. So we're looking for the pole to flatten here. And again, you can do this with a lick if your pony is a little bit bitey. So the pole sits just behind the ears and is where the head collar is running. And they can get quite sore in this region. Good boy. Are you going to hold it there? Oh, good boy. And we're just going to let him nibble that or lick the lick. Good boy. Now, if your pony starts to walk forwards, you can pop them on the other side of a stable door to do this. But you are very clever, aren't you? Oh, you're so clever. Good boy. Good boy. And you can see he's super. And we just keep repeating it, and he can hold it for as long as he will. This gives him a lovely stretch through that head and neck, as you can see there. Good boy. It will help with how they feel in your hands, so they'll be able to bend a little bit better. They won't be getting as many headaches, because believe it or not, horses can get headaches. And just makes them a lot happier in that region. So another exercise that Harlow does with her ponies that I have shown her how to do is doing really tight circles either way. This is a really good way to test your horse's flexibility as well, so you can keep an eye on how they're feeling. So you need to watch your toes when you're doing this. So the first time you do it, you might want to get a grown-up to help you. And you're going to ask your pony to turn around in a really tight circle. We are looking for that hind leg closest to me to cross into the space of the opposite forelimb. Come on. So you've got to stay out of the way, otherwise you get your toes trod on. So this is a really good way to keep those backs nice and flexible and keep them flexing to the side on this part of their backs. But it's really good if your pony does a little bit of dressage or any bending when they're doing games, or jumping and making sure they can do all those tight turns. So that is a really good one to do every day. It's quite a good test of how your pony's feeling, maybe before you get on as well. So I would recommend doing that every day. Obviously, if your pony has an old injury or anything along those lines, then you want to be a bit careful doing loads and loads of tight circles. So if you guys have enjoyed learning a little bit about groundwork, we have an online program that guides you through a 6-week strength and conditioning for your horse. It improves their overall flexibility through their body, as well as their foundational strength muscles. We literally take you through every day how to do it and progress it on, so that your horse is gradually getting stronger and stronger by increasing the exercises that you do. This is all on video, so it's easy to follow, and it's suitable for all ages, maybe with a little bit of help from mum and dad. So all the details will be on the description below, but hopefully you found today really useful and have given you a few tips and tricks to try with your own pony. And thank you to Popcorn and Blue.
So guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you loved watching this, and make sure you comment down below any ideas or anything that you want to learn from me, because we're going to try and get so many professionals in to help teach me and you guys, because already I've learned so much today. I am groundwork hooked. I'm absolutely obsessed. Me and mum have left all of the groundwork exercises and stations out in the arena for me to practice with the ponies. I am so excited to help build up their confidence and their muscles, just from doing the easy stuff on the ground and helping bond with the ponies as well, because that is what I've loved also about, not love breaking my ankle, but loved since I've been, recovering. I've been able to spend so much time with the ponies on the ground rather than just riding and competing. I've been able to get to know them so much. I've seen things in the ponies that I might not have seen before, which has been so lovely. And also I've loved making so many fun things to do with the ponies, not riding. But yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed today's video. I have loved it. A massive thank you to Alice for coming and doing this with Blue and Popcorn. They loved it. Blue is so tired now, bless him. He's absolutely exhausted. Even just from doing that, it makes the ponies work so hard, their muscles and their brains. It really makes them think. But guys, make sure you're tuning in every single week, because we're gonna try and do our best to give you guys lots of educational videos every single week, hopefully. So it's a bit like, you know, how we did Vlogmas. It's a bit like that, but instead it's every week with more educational videos rather than just a lot of tinsel. So each week you're going to be getting all of our normal fun content, like what we get up to day to day, and then you're going to be getting this awesome educational content, which I think is so beneficial if you've got a pony, or if you haven't. I think it's absolutely brilliant. If you've got any suggestions of what you want to see, please comment down below, because this is all to benefit you guys. You've all been so supportive of my recovery journey. I just really want to give this back to you, and I hope you guys love it. But a massive thank you to everyone that's watched today's vlog, and a massive thank you to Alice. She is amazing, and she makes my ponies feel 10 out of 10 every single time she comes around. So yeah, a massive thank you to Alice and to you guys for watching today's video. Bye.